Hello boys, my name is Kleyoshi and welcome back to my basically blind playthrough bonus episode now. Yeah, blind playthrough bonus episodes of Pokémon Legends Arceus. By the way, let me know if you're enjoying this in the comment section, because I don't always get many comments, so that's always a nice thing to do. Anyways, last episode we left off doing a pretty hefty fight and a couple of other stuff. Or I guess more of a hefty fight in the form of doing some massive mass outbreak stuff, but then we got stuck and then kind of ignored it. Yeah, there's lots of stuff that happened. But anyways, we unlocked Clefairy's Moondas. Now we need to figure out more about it by talking to this, I don't know what he's called. I'll just figure it out later as I go. Alright, let's see here. Back where I came from, Clefairy would come out and dance on nights with a full moon. I heard there are Clefairy history, so I was wondering if they dance here too. I heard you could find Clefairy at the Chaos City. Could you go and find out a Clefairy dance here in, Ants on Fable Strain on nights with a full moon? Huh. Yeah. Right. We already have it on night, which is a good start. If we can hurry, we can get this to appear. I just realized it might be random whether or not it's a full moon night or not. If I have to deal with this RNG, then it might be a bit more difficult. But we'll see. It might change to full moon as we get there, or maybe not at all. It's kind of weird. Right. Yeah, just as I thought. Full moon isn't even out. Okay, well, this now that I know that, setting it up should be easy. I just need to spam the crap out of vesting because the game's nightfall system is completely random. It'll sometimes bring out rainstorms. And if it does that, then I have to automatically cancel it. It's also kind of hard to know exactly when it comes out. But the only way I know of doing it is to just continuously change it to nightfall and hope that it does not storm. It's random whether or not it storms. And I guess whether or not it's cloudy too. It also might be different based off of set other things, but anyway. Oh. Jeez. No, I don't want to move that down. Well, I see also, each time you do certain nights or have certain nights per, there will be a moon that moves around randomly in the background as you go through other stuff. Oh, I see it now. It's moving. And I can look at it to tell how many nights I actually have to search up. It's crazy. On the many times I've played this game along with our stuff, I did not know that the moon kind of advances as a way to tell the time between the different areas. That's actually really cool. So if I read this correctly, I can tell exactly when it's gonna be a full moon. Unfortunately, it's on 5 or 6 right now, which is unfortunately not easy. So, basically there's an icon that I have to get to specific cycles. For every 2 nights it changes its moon cycle. Because it didn't happen in the way I wanted, my best thing that I could do to confirm that it goes up is to immediately go make it nightfall once, wait a bit just for safety, and then make it nightfall again. I have to do that 2 times in a row. And each time you sleep 2 times, particularly nights only, it'll change. And the weather doesn't always seem to affect it. If anything, it really just makes it more annoying, really. So, weather shouldn't affect it. And again, I'll have to wait. Additionally, when you do make it nighttime, as you can see, the moon doesn't always spawn right away. It takes a little while before it actually starts hovering. The simplest way of knowing is to just wait in the air and do nothing for a bit. And this is where you can tell if it's a full moon or not. Okay, so now it's at the other cycle, which unfortunately is not full white, which tells me it's not a full moon. Of course, after watching other games and other videos, I can probably usually instantly tell, except for in real life, whether or not it's full moon, just based off of the way it looks. Also, you need to make sure not to select something else on accident, because it might, make a problem appear. Thankfully, it seems rainstorming or rendering doesn't seem to change it. It just makes it harder to see. Now, since I didn't know exactly which night is which, I will, go through here. Actually didn't know, by the way, as well, that rather than it coming up over here, it comes up around here, which is a bit odd. Just odded out at it. Not surprising. Okay, this looks like a full moon. I need to make sure it's actually fully visible before I check it. Yep, that is definitely a full moon. Alright, now we're going to the location, and now the dance should actually happen. Just make sure it's fully visible there. It actually looks really beautiful to look at, just like in-game. And I also didn't know that apparently every 10 nights, or 9 nights or so, for 2 nights in a row, that's when the full moon appears. Alright, here we go. And we triggered the event. Alright. And now we get to see this cute animation occur. This is actually kind of cute to watch. That is a very small Clefairy. Just kind of odd, really. You should let Esther know that the Clefairy of history do indeed dance, and also, there is an icon on the ground now, all of a sudden. I wonder what that will be. I need to be really quick to get it, by the way, because the Clefable is still nearby. Alright, got it. What is it? A moonstone! This is a free spot to get a moonstone! Nice! Moonstone, infamously one of the harder stones to get. I'm guessing I could get it in normal gameplay by just aiming stuff, but yeah, it's not easy. Well, now we know that Clefairy do indeed dance on the night of a full moon, and okay, I do not have anything to report, but I'll still talk to the professor to head back to Jubilife quicker. And yes, I am looking at all of the individual areas. Also, if I go down to where exactly I left, I might be able to better figure out how many stuff I got. Alright. Well then. Ah, so old. So you say that Clear Fairy dens here in the land of Hishui too. They must have been adorable to behold. I must go and see them one of those days. Thank you for looking into that for me. I'm excited to see what you'll accomplish next. And some more EXP candy and some other stuff too. Now on to the next request. Need to make sure this is actually on request too. Skip down to like where that was and then kind of go from there. So now up to 70 is completed. 72 we've missed as well. Oh, this is an interesting one. Oh, we have to talk to someone that we've already done. By the way, you can just go to the Galaxy Hall and have that teleport you outside. I think that's kind of an interesting strategy. So there's this guy I talked about the curative poison or whatever. Unfortunately, I don't actually quite remember. So, I'm gonna have to just go around and talk to everyone that I don't know about. That's not the one person I'm looking for. Oh, goodness. Oh, it's inside. Oh, no wonder. No wonder why it's so difficult. Yeah, sometimes they're inside. Oh my gosh. I just saw what the request was, and it's not fun. I thought I was already done with, like, medicine leaks and stuff like that. Koguk's medicine seems to have worked like a charm. Buck is back to work chopping trees, apparently feeling better than ever. Meanwhile, Koguk's been here hard at work making nice with everybody, and that spawns in a request. That seems to be a lot. Hello again, will you do me a quick little favor? Sure what it is. Don't worry, it's very simple. Will you bring me 100 medicine leaks? Oh. That awkward silence. 100? These leaks are well known for going practically all over the region. They're also called Wayfarer's Friends. Knowing you, I bet you can gather 100 of them in your sleep. Once you have 100 of those leaks you can spare for me, please do bring them on by. That is not easy. In fact, that could be a bit tricky, really. There are probably other ways you can get it, but I know a cheat way of getting this that isn't even that bad to do. That isn't going to do other stuff. How about I say that I don't get those myself? How about I say I don't get any of that myself? Yeah, what if I tell you boys, we're not going to even get all the medicine leaks on our own. We're just going to buy them. Why not at this point? Let's see here. 100 medicine leaks cost about 1,200 money. No big deal. Just go to here, buy them, and then take them back. It's that simple. It feels silly just going in. Actually having to gather 100 is probably gonna take way too long, so thankfully, thanks to the store, we can just buy all of them. And there we go. I see you've gathered 100 leeks. Will you give them to me? Alright. Oh, a fine leeks. This will be enough to make plenty of medicine. I'm always running out, what with our constant stream of injured colleagues. This way, the medical corps can prepare a nice stock for the folks who can't craft their own medicines like you can. So that's why. And we got 2 mints as well. Mints are kind of important. They allow you to just specifically change your thing right away. Alright, well, now I have to... I mean, those mints, they change your nature, because there are Pokemon that can have certain natures. So if you get a really bad nature, you can change it to something else. Not sure if I'll need that, but we'll see. I forgot what I was, Oh, from 72, okay. Alright, so that's now complete. Up to 80 is now cleared. Up to 90 is now cleared, except for 91. In fact, we're only missing a couple now. 91, 94, and some other stuff. And one of them's actually part of my main quest, and it's actually a completely different thing, I think. I'll just check it, but, let's, do other stuff. Oh, yeah. It's a secret. Not gonna tell to anyone about it. You know what? It's about that time. Remember that setup when I said I would try and catch your Arceus? Well, I kind of forgot about it. It's not that I'm necessarily messing up, though. It's more like I was a bit worried to do it because, yeah, my Pokemon are kind of weak at first. But now that I have around level 80 Pokemon, maybe it won't be as bad. Keep in mind, we do have a fully, not just like other setup, except for not being level 100, a basically fully maxed out Samurott in terms of the stats. All of its effort values are all raised to 10, which means its stats are through the roof. And what's really cool is they seem to stick as soon as you use them, so that means it'll be as if it had perfect IVs, and it's not like older games where it may sometimes have some messy stuff happen. But anyways, remember this big area, quote-unquote, the Snowfall Temple, this other stuff, and some other things? Well, there is actually another secret to get inside here that we need to follow in order to do other stuff. Thankfully, it seems to not be as bad as I thought. Just follow the arrow, and that should lead us to where we need to go. Of course, at first, it seems almost impossible to find because, well, it's not really easy when the regular way to get through this place doesn't even send you close to it. Oh, I see now. So this is an area that we did go to last time, but didn't find at first, which reveals, ooh, something interesting. Alright, well, I guess we're examining this. Yeah, back onto main missions. Oh, wouldn't have expected you to run into you up here, Yoshi. What are you up to? You're here to try and find the secrets lurking in Snow Point Temple, aren't you? That's what my clairvoyance told me. You do tend to get mixed up in all kinds of strange going-ons, Yoshi. The store here, well, they say it's behind it sleeps a Pokemon so great it could hold the contents that lie to the south. No matter what we do, the door just won't seem to open. Well, let's go closer. Huh? The stone plate, iron plate, and iso plate you're carrying are reacting to the door. Wait a minute, so we needed to have those to unlock it, huh? So if we don't have those, it just doesn't open up. Huh, interesting. Well, that was easy. Just open it up that way. Alright. Well, time to see what's lurking inside, and whether or not we have to do one of those battle chains again. I will say, it's quite interesting. Ooh, this is not just the same spot, too. By going into this area, we found even more hidden Pokemon now. Fortunately, this area does not have the best when it comes to escaping characters, so we'll just have to do some dodging a bit to get away from them. Okay, well, we've reached it now. What in time is that thing? It's colossal! It sure seems to be a Pokemon, but let's see what my clairvoyance has to say. Yep, definitely a Pokemon. My clairvoyance showed me a vision of it in motion. Oh, my. That's a forced battle, isn't it? Well, that thing's probably really heavy, so I know which ball I'm using against it. I'm talking about Gigaton Ball, of course. But how do we defeat it beyond other stuff? It's quite interesting. It looks like it has fighting type moves, by the way, which means Samurott won't be the best for it, but I still have to try. If it does, I guess I could always switch to the Crobat instead as like a backup, but I don't know. Okay, it's one of those cutscene ones, so we'll have to walk up to it first. And now it gets angry. And it's a forced battle, so you can only catch it through a battle. Oh, and it has its normal setup that everybody expects. In case you're wondering why that option caught up, it says Regigigas. Regigigas has a move called Slow Start, which makes its speed drop really low at the beginning, and then after a little bit, it eventually gets stat boosted later on. Anyways, I'm starting by weakening it down to red health, of course, and then trying to catch it, this time with Gigaton Balls. Alright. I will say the strategy with putting up defense helped out a little bit. Our Samurott is surviving a lot longer than he would normally be capable of. In fact, as you can see, he survived that Giga Impact, which is something that is normally not easy to survive by anybody, really, at all. But beyond that, using the Gigaton Ball, because this thing probably weighs a ton, so it'll be simpler to use that. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy to catch, obviously. I have a little sneaky thing that I'm going to do. What I mean by sneaky, I mean I'm going to use a potion on Samurott right here. Just why not? Well, every time it uses Giga Impact is honestly not bad because it gives us 2 free turns to just throw balls and not have to worry about attacking for a bit. And yes, if the battle takes too long with this particular Pokemon, that's when it starts doing stuff. Alright, got it. Not really bad. It did take a bit longer to catch than the other legendaries we had to catch. And we get the blank paint. What in the world? Okay, this is new. Usually there is no blank paint in this. That must be a new one for this. Now that was one solid Pokemon, like a giant born of this very earth. I guess this is part of your job at the survey course, huh? What kind of Pokemon is the one you just caught, Yoshi, huh? I can't wait to see in the Pokedex when it's done. Yeah, I'm pretty curious to read everything Mr. Professor writes up, too. See, Yoshi, we should do another chase sometime. Alright, that was cool. Main mission done. You gathered each of the pages related to the stories told you about. You should head back to, Kaida. And yes, I found out that by catching up to certain things, I found out some of the requests are in-game only. I just had to confirm that. But I think now is a good enough time to do this. We got a lot of Pokemon anyways, and I think we still haven't finished the endgame off anyway, so that's what I'm gonna focus on now. If I were to like do this like full 100%, I probably would have already finished all the missions by now. Or at least done some catchy and then finished all the missions. So I could have this available sooner. But yeah, that'll happen sometimes. But anyways, I guess a good benefit is our starter is now very powerful. So unless, again, there's a super effective move, then we can usually defeat almost any Pokemon we come across. I will say, though, that amount of damage the enemies do, that makes soloing this very difficult, if not almost impossible. I don't know. I might try with Oshawott, but it would take a lot of grinding and a lot of XP grinding to get it done. Here you are again. Have you collected all the plates? Of course. Yoshi is a famed member of the Survey Corps, after all. So what more can you tell us? We're so close now. You must know more about the plates. If there's yet more you want to know, kindly bring me wood. 3 logs will do. Wood? So you say wood is somehow tied to plates? Well, I suppose that's where we get to learn next. Hop to it, Yoshi. Seems to admit, merchant I am, I'm quite out of wood in my stores just now. Yeah. That's annoying, honestly, that you have to go out and get wood even at all. That's a bit, bad. Alright, well, back to Jubilee Village, and then back to other stuff, and yeah. I will say, this game has been really fun to play, but at the same time, I kind of want to be over with it, at least in terms of the main storyline, so... And endgame content. And yes, I always do the endgame content. It would be silly not to do it at this point. It's not what I wanted to go for. I'm not going to, by the way, skip these, because I know exactly where they get the wood. It's just about actually finding where it is. If we go back here to this little spot, there will be an area, I guess both around Sand Gym Flats and here, that we could just run around the area. There will usually be wood around here. At least this is the earliest possible place you can find it, so I'll just go around here gathering free wood and then kind of report back. It is a bit annoying that I am forced to just go out and farm for stuff, even though I should be able to just go right in and get it. It's not something I guess they want me to skip, apparently. There are probably better ways to farm this. I just seen them earliest in here, at least the first time I saw them was here. There's a wood. I'm gonna get at least one now so I can, like, start keeping track of them. And in classic fashion, wood only appears when you go near the trees, and even then, it seems to be a little bit harder to find than regular stuff. Sorry about that, by the way. I don't know why I'm just randomly saying stuff, but yeah. Yeah, let's just keep going. Okay, I think I found enough. Now let's try this again. Now maybe I'll be ready, maybe. We'll see. It's a bit annoying having to get any materials, honestly, for any item, because it's like, I just want to go to the next storyline. Why do I have to do this? Oh, it's so sad, let's be honest. And yes, I'm going back to stuff. Alright, back to Kaguya's retreat again. If you see it, need to... Have you gathered the free logs I requested, lost one? Here you go. Oh yes, this certainly ought to do. Now the moment comes at last, the big reveal. What, pray tell, is the secret behind this wood? Secret, your explanations need tempering, I fear. The wood is merely for fashioning myself new cutting boards. Cutting boards, you mean for cooking? The plates we are after are dinner plates, so this is hardly the time for cooking. How you complain for one skirking his own work this very moment? Poor Ginter of the Ginkgo Guild must have his hands full with you. But honest work earns honest pay. Here you are, Yoshi, a reward for the wood you bought me. What do we get for all this? A free plate, of course. Now we have Fairy Tale. That's one of the plates we were looking for! Apologies, that's indeed one of the plates we've been searching for. What do you mean a plate? Let me see that again. Oh, that does look like one of the plates you've been tracking down. While the Greedy's opponent made it less accommodated as a keyboard, whatever ingredients crossed it certainly gained a more present flavor. Perhaps that was the board's power, the plate's power, rather. Well, no more need saying. What do you two intend to do now? Well, we've managed to collect quite a lot of plates by now, but I still don't know what we're to do with them exactly. It's just a hunch, but perhaps we should have a look around the Celestial Ruins? Those ruins contain statues of Dialga and Palkia. They might hold more secrets. I see, a fine pretext to continue skirting your myrtile duties to crawl about in old ruins as you enjoy. On with you then. I don't need you to tell me. I'm going. The Celestial Ruins, Yoshi. I'll see you there. Go now to the Celestial Ruins. I'm curious myself what you'll find there. What can we who live now learn from the remains of our ancient myths and legends? Yeah. By the way, this is technically not as much of a blind playthrough now, because ever since I finished my other thing, mainly the main storyline of this game, I started looking up stuff. First, I wasn't gonna look at stuff until a bit later. Alright, that's a coordinate highlands. To be fair, this plate has been lurking at the back of my mind for a while, but I wanted to get stronger before going back. So now I'm plenty strong, so we will go straight to that. Well, now we've gotten into the main storyline, the rest of the endgame missions will be pretty simple. We've gathered up pretty much everything. We just have to follow Volvo around. This guy's appeared a lot, by the way. Have a look at this, Yoshi. It's a crumbled statue. What? What in the world is going on? The statue has been kept here, far from the statues of Dialga and Palkia. Broken and shattered, and yet it remains. Do you know what this is? Maybe, I think so. Of course you know. Wood. You're the great wielder of Pokemon this lad knows, the one who could bring low even Dialga and Palkia. The green statue was the figure of a Pokemon once that was equal to both Dialga and Palkia, yet banished from our world. The great Pokemon, Giratina. It was banished for its violence, left to dwell in the world on the reverse side of our own. It's been that has lain in wait for the chance to bear its fangs in defiance and tear down Arceus itself. Now tell me, Giratina desires more than anything else to challenge our mighty Arceus. What? Where do you think it might appear? This is already in there. Maybe the Temple of Sinnoh, probably? Exactly! Where what is closer to the heavens than any other place in history. Where the space-time were first opened. What in the world? Why is he offing? I can feel it. We're getting closer to uncovering the secrets of the world. I dare say the extreme resolution I must sort in should, but... You see, ever since I was young, whenever I met with someone painful or heartbreaking, I couldn't help but wonder why life was so unfair, why I was cursed to live through such things. Of course, I imagine we all go through something like that. Eventually, I'll choose to divert all my energy into my own natural curiosity and ambition. But what tickled my curiosity more strongly than anything were the mysteries to be found in legends, in history, and ruins. You see, I fancied that by unraveling these mysteries, I could find out how the world itself came to be, and with that knowledge, we even forge a new, better world. If we can find the realm that exists on the reverse side of our world, the Creator's unwanted child banished therein, perhaps we might be able to understand the nature of Almighty Sinnoh itself. Don't you want to see it with your own eyes? We must make for the Temple of Sinnoh at Mount Cornex Peak. Dialga and Palkia both appeared within the rift that once gaped open there, did they? These plates can call anything at all. It seems likely that this is where it would appear. Okay. Alright. Remember that area that we went up to the end? Something tells me there's gonna be another big fight there, so we're gonna head all the way up into Sinnoh. And we'll probably meet Giratina there. It's a bit sad that I'm not, like, they don't, like, blindly not tell us when a specific fight is occurring or when a specific character is showing up. Because, you know, it'd be really cool if for once I was in the blind as to what Pokemon actually appear here. Then maybe it'll be more interesting, but whatever. Thankfully, we're more than set up. Our party has been much more grinded recently, and we have a really strong level 80. So, back to Temple Sinnoh we go. Something looks a bit off, by the way, on Volval. Just say that. Just calling that out. The temple lies in ruins now. Columns cracked and broken, like pillars now turned into spears, stabbing in the heavens. Detect a distinct lack of Giratina. Huh? Is something bothering you? I do beg your pardon. I suppose I must seem to be behaving strangely. I dare say you deserve to know what I'm really after by now. Ever since I began convinced that Arceus really does exist, there's been only one question in my mind that's consumed my thoughts. How could I meet such a being myself? It was in an attempt to answer this question that I originally sought out Giratina and have it tear open that rift in space of time. After all, Giratina wished to stand against Arceus, but that didn't do the trick. So then I had you gather all the fragments of the all-encompassing deity, just as the murals of the ruins directed. Team Point said to be the fragments of the all-encompassing deity. You hold in your hand 17 of them, so you must be wondering, where's the last one? Why, it's right here! Oh! Hello. That is not the same Volval. He looks a bit different. And what is with that hair? Goodness. Now hand over the plates you've gathered. I will be the one to bring them all together. My desire to meet Arceus cannot be contained any longer. I need to know what it is. I must know what it is. If I can meet Arceus myself, then I may also be able to subjugate its power, and by using that, I will attempt to create a new, better world. Of course, if I create a brand new world, then this history region that we currently exist in will be undone and return to nothing. You, everyone you know, and all of the Pokemon living here will vanish in an instant, as if you've never been. If you want to keep this world from disappearing, then face me and bow. Not that you have a choice. Even if you don't wish to bow me, I'm not above using force to take those plates with you. You. Oh boy. So this guy's basically like suddenly he becomes like the new Cyrus of this game. He even almost has Cyrus's other stuff. If you remember, Cyrus was the big opponent we battled at the very end, was the big Team Aqua, no, Team I cannot talk right now. Galactic, yeah. Leader of Team Galactic. And this guy looks awfully familiar like that, but anyway, for going through all of this battle and all of this other stuff, we get a battle with a legendary trainer, which, of course, in classic fashion, has 6 Pokemon this time. Unlike other people who only had 4 or otherwise, he has more than 1. Now, obviously, his Pokemon are probably very powerful and probably have some decent stats, so we'll have to prepare appropriately if we want to do other stuff. Thankfully, one thing that's really convenient is if we actually look at our things, the game will tell us what is super effective on one Pokemon and what is not. So if we can figure that out, we can defeat them a bit easier. I don't think he has enough strength to defeat him on his own, but we'll try Ninetales for a second. Yes, 9 shells we got replaced our old stuff. Let's try Fire Blast. Okay, good. We got the hit, that's what we wanted to go for. I figure since we probably need strong moves, now's a better time than ever to show off our big moves. And now it's time to get destroyed. Doesn't even need regular power, just earth power alone kills it. That's the problem I'm worried about. Just using regular moves won't always be enough. Sometimes I'll use something that I don't know about. Alright. For the most part, though, we're kind of just using stuff when we need to. Despite not having the same type bonus there, that still worked really well. Oh, hello. We can use Ice Beam on this, too. Let's go for it. Nice! He tried to defeat me using the starters, and it did not work. Okay, he finally got a turn off. After all that, he just did Calm Mind. And I can still get him with Ice Beam. So let's do that. Not okay, this one's a bit more tankier. Alright. For fun, let's try to maybe not to use every, not necessarily every Pokemon, but not to use healing items. Since I've been relying on healing items a bit too much, I thought, let's try it. I don't know why I did that. It was guaranteed to not kill. Goodness, I barely survived that. Let's use Agile to try and get in an extra turn. Which apparently we already had an extra turn, but whatever. Let's see. Now what? Ooh. Arcana. Too bad I don't have my water type anymore. I can still use a ground type. So let's use a Gliscor. Didn't even need the strong style. Just got rid of it. And there we go. No items. We defeated Volvo using not even a single item. Why not? Why? Why you? Why do you have the Blessing of Arceus? Because you weren't even close to chosen. That's all I'll say. Why? How? I devoted myself to Arceus beyond each other. I worshipped it as the creator of our entire world. I bent all of my passion and interest to its study. All the time I spent poring over the legends, everything that I've done. You outsider, it's almost as if you were spat out of the space-time rift just to get in my way. No, this isn't finished yet. Can you feel it? The chill creeping through your veins? The eldritch presence icing your heart? Nope. Yep. I think we know what's happening next. Oh, boy. So, this is how Giratina appears. For this, huh? Giratina, strike her down. I don't even know if we get a full heal for this. The game doesn't tell us anything. It's a forced battle, I think, maybe. Yep, forced battle. Yeah, and we keep our Pokemon. That is what I was worried about. He's really sneaky. Yeah. This guy's a bit cheap. Let it be known. Does not even give you a chance to heal your Pokemon. Well, I am going for that first, obviously. Oh, and we have this again. Whenever they become obscured, it's super annoying. Alright, we'll try to do what damage we can with Gallade, though I doubt it'll work. This is more or less a purpose setup so that we can have him die, but then use Samurott. That's the idea, at least. Let's see if we can outspeed it first. We can! Okay, we're doing Agile style first. And that's what I thought. It missed. Funnily enough, that stopped it from going fast. Oh gosh, again. I hate this obscure problem. Okay, now it's finally not obscure. Now we can hit it with Night Slash. And just like I thought, full buffs, not enough. Let's see if one of our raining Pokemon can kill it. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna have to use our stuff again. Right now, this is our last main Pokemon we can use. They definitely made it a bit shoalier than I expected. No Agile style there, unfortunately. I'll just use Aerial Ace. Right. At least these aren't always killing him in one hit. Oh, I just realized something. If the target is obscured and you use melee attacks, maybe it's an auto miss, and that's why it's so bad. What? Look at this cheater. That was just the first part of it? I don't know what to do. All I'm saying is, we're probably not gonna get through this fight just using normal stuff, so let's start by reviving, spamming. Yeah. Alright. And scared again. Well, since this cheater isn't letting us really heal any of our Pokemon, we'll do it ourselves and just heal up all of our Pokemon one by one. Actually, well, not all of them, but I mean like just the main two, Gallade and Samurott. And then, we'll see. Let's use the Last Ditch Effort Strong move. What do I use? Well, it's obscured, so I'll probably have to use Rock Slide. And there we go. Okay, so if you use any special move, it doesn't miss by default. So that means if I want to do damage, I have to use Ice Beam first. Alright. But yeah. I know this guy was this cheap. You not only have to face one form, but two forms of Giratina in a row. And yeah, so that's the trick. If Giratina is battled and it has the obscureness on, then the only way to attack it is with anything that isn't physical. Because anything that's physical, when it's obscured, it just misses. And now it's finally done. Yeah, finally beat Giratina. It even says, well, that took a while. Volvo really tried to cheat there, but we found a way through it. Well, at least we beat this rain battle without using items, but Giratina, I'm not so sure. Turning tail and running from this puny human, pathetic. I was the one to feed you the power you needed so you could take on Arceus. I was the one who gave you the chance to claw open that space-time with driving the deity, space, and time. Deity of space and this deity of time mad so that you could drag the creator out from hiding. How could this happen, almighty Arceus? Any heart with you? Then tell me. The blood of ancient Sinnoh flows in my veins, does it not? Was it then that you find so lacking in me? Do you mean to tell me that this world does need to be remade? I can't live with such questions. I can't bear not satisfying this ache to know. Answer me then, Yoshi. Do you have some dreams that propels you as I had? Yeah, of course. Oh, you do. Doubtless that dream of yours would never leave room for the dreams of one like me. I'm the great wielder of Pokemon. You battle aside your Pokemon. In the end, I was alone, but not you. You fight together with your Pokemon to seize whatever dreams you have. Here, take it. Take the plate that started me on this path and I once received from Giratina. My journey is over. My story ended when I lost to you. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, we went through all that for a very long 6 Pokemon battle and a legendary battle that had 2 versions that you had to defeat in the same time. I suppose now you've gathered all the plates said to exist in the land of Hishui. Oh. What in the world? The celestial fruit transformed into the azure fruit. What's that? So that's it. That's the azure fruit, huh? It comes to you. So Arceus wishes to meet you of all people. You had to be the one. Is that why you were brought to this world? I have no desire to watch for the sidelines as Arceus comes to you, and I absolutely cannot accept a world in which you would ever manage to defeat Arceus. Someday I'll solve every riddle in the legends of Hishui spoke on, and on that day I'll stand before Arceus at last. No, I will conquer it. How many years, how many decades, how many centuries it takes me. Yeah, Volvo seems like kind of a jerk all of a sudden after all that. Alright. Interesting. Oh, it says here, seek out all the Pokemon that there are to meet. Then play the fruit on the Temple of Sinnoh. Wait, so you're saying this won't even work? Or... I'm still so confused. Yeah, whatever. Well, at least we got some stuff done. Alright then. Okay then. Well, that was fun and a half. Okay, so we finally have the ability to call Arceus, only to find out that, yeah. They're told that, Yoshi, hey Yoshi. Heard there's been reports of a huge shadow appeared in the co-op closeouts and then just vanished without a force. Yoshi-eyed girl, you must tell me. You went to the Temple Seal with Clap. What exactly happened? I see. So in that case, the shadow and closeouts may be none other than Giratina, the Pokemon said to be once banished to the reverse side of our world. I do believe this calls for a survey. Outlands are pretty vast. I hope you have an idea of where to look. So that was all it took to get that done. Alright. Okay, so with whatever we've missed before, we're now up to 90, and 91 is now that. What's missing is 94 and some other stuff. Actually, massive mass outbreaks I still have to do. Oh wait, there's 94 as well. I guess I'm looking for that too. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed doing this video, though, or watching this video, rather, because I've definitely had a fun stirring up some interesting things here. But with that in mind, it's time to be like if you guys enjoyed this, cut, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later in the next video. Until then, bye.